Hello, everybody. Welcome back to How Come. How are you? Because I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 32 years old. Yes, it was my birthday, and now I'm older, and I love this age for me. 32 is really cool. I love an even number, and yeah, I feel like it's going to be a good one for me. Embarrassing thing to admit, I Googled myself the other day, and guess what? One of the first things that come up is Remy Casimir age, which, interestingly, if you search it, it comes up as 28 because thanks to this podcast and its description being like, at 28 years old, Remy Casimir had never had an orgasm. I am 28 forever. Also an even number. So it's great. How have you guys been during this little gap? I'm so sorry that it took so long to do this episode, but birthdays fucking stress me out. Me and Ben's are back to back, so it's just like a lot of fucking turmoil, but it ended up being a wonderful birthday. My birthday's September 9th. We celebrated on the 7th because that was the only day that Charlotte was free because she's going back to school, and I was like, I don't like to make a huge deal about my birthday. I'm really bad at planning stuff. I feel like if I send out invitations, the rejection option is there. Like if I send them out too early in advance and they still say no, I'm like, you hate me. And yeah, birthdays are always a weird time, I think, for everybody, especially for me, though, having imposter syndrome. I'm like, do I even deserve to be celebrated? And I wasn't going to do anything. But then last minute, Ben was like, I just thought of the best theme ever. And he did. It was a night tea party. So we had a tea party at night, but also there were night teas, like nighties, like sleeping dresses that everybody got upon arrival at the night tea party. And Ben is just like a star at themes, and he made all these tiny little tea sandwiches, and the way that we planned it too was so fucking hectic. I texted 5 of my closest friends and family, and then posted to my close friend story, was like, hey, if you're willing to come to Jersey and free on Tuesday, come to this party. And it ended up being the most fun group of people, the best theme. I just had the best time. And then on the day of my actual birthday, I cried for 2 hours in the morning because it's my party and I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry. I'll cry until Ben tells me to take a walk, maybe take my Lexapro, la la. Anyway, so totally sorry that this episode was late, but also those are my excuses. Great birthday party. Did cry on the day of the actual birthday, but so fun. Really appreciate all of you who sent me birthday wishes. It warms my heart. Happy birthday to all of the Virgos. And yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to finally hear this episode, which we recorded last month. I spent my birthday with this person last year, my college roommate, one of my best friends, Jordyn Fischer. She is the VP of programming at the creative video company Jellysmack. She oversees Snap, TikTok, and IGTV, maximizing content across those platforms. And this week we're talking about college and Greek life, mostly Greek life, because Jordyn was obsessed with Rush talk. I don't know if you guys saw Bama Rush going on TikTok, but it was a phenomenon. And she sent me all the videos, and I was like, we need to talk about this. And we did. And in this episode, I finally reveal my story of being in a sorority for 1 year and then getting asked to leave, which I feel like I've kind of told you guys before, but it's in this one, the full thing. And it's a fun one. I would love to know which of you are in sororities or were in sororities or fraternities or whatever. So write us, DM us. And if you want extras from this episode, there are so many extras. I had to cut out so much. There's a lot of tea, especially if you went to college with us. So check that all out on patreon.com/howcome. We also have a full episode on people's abortion stories, which is really, really great. But Technu totally fucked me. That's another reason why these episodes are late, because Technu has not been on our side, and the audio's all fakakta, so I'm going to have to take a long time to edit that. But there are 6 stories on Patreon already with companions, and they are fantastic, and they are heartwarming, and they are also just fun and cool and really necessary conversations to have this week, especially following Texas's abortion ban. So check all of that out at patreon.com/howcome. And your congrats this week is me. Congrats to me for aging 32, but also not aging 28 forever. Congrats, me. See, I'm learning how to celebrate myself. Woohoo! And again, write us if you were in a sorority and what your experience was, or a fraternity. And yeah, I'm excited for you to hear this episode. Thanks to Juneshine for supporting How Come. Juneshine is a better-for-you hard kombucha alcohol made with real organic ingredients that make it unlike any other alcoholic beverages. Get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping at Juneshine. That is JUNESHINE.com/howcome, juneshine.com/howcome, or use promo code HowCome at checkout. Big shout out today to Helix Sleep. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz and they'll match you to a mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Find your perfect mattress and up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows at helixsleep.com/howcome.
How come? How come? How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help. 'Cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna just...
Please welcome my best friend and my roommate at college for 3 years, Jordyn Fischer.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you.
It feels so great.
We're talking about Greek life.
Woohoo.
Which, if you guys are not familiar with Greek life, like Rob had to literally investigate what that is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Robin, do you want to explain Greek life to us from somebody who just learned about it?
If I'm being honest, it kind of sounds like a little cult that's full of secrets. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like up to 50% of the school population is in some sort of secret group that you don't talk about anything with apart from people that aren't in it. And it seems like frats basically control college for you guys. They will invite the pretty girls to parties. They will kick you out if you're not part of a frat. They'll drug you. Like it seems like frats rule the roost, and then
they go on to rule the world. Because
that's the other thing. It's like this predicts your friend group, but in many ways, like your career, your partner, and let's be honest, your heterosexual partner, your white partner. Like this is very much kind of setting the groundwork for the rest of their lives.
I have friends who are married to like people who were in their brother frat.
Really?
Yeah.
Text me. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you have to pay dues and stuff. And it is like kind of buying into, if not a cult, if we're not going to go as far as a cult, then a network. And there are different types of sororities. There's social, there's service, there's professional, there's honors, there's religion and ethnic. But they are networks that like you can use later in life and go on to be like future leaders of the country.
It wasn't Kamala in a sorority?
Was she?
I think so.
Yeah, she was.
Shame on me for not knowing which one, but yeah.
She was.
That's why she wore pearls at inauguration.
Is she in my sorority? Because
is that
KD wore pearls. Let's see.
She's in Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Ooh.
I was going to say, we're talking about something that neither of us did, but I did do it one year. And we're talking about Greek life, mostly because Bama Rush Tik Tok was very popular. I don't know how I didn't end up on it, because you and Richard were sending me TikToks or like telling me about them. And how did you get onto Bama Rush Talk? Because you were not in Greek life at all.
No, and I don't follow any sort of channels that would.
Yeah.
Actually, I do follow. Do you know Dakota Print Fairy? He does. He's like one of the Southern gays that does fast food orders with his husband and best friend. And I'm obsessed with him.
I don't know about that category at all.
I have to send that to you.
Okay.
So one of my friends, Lindy, actually sent that first Michaela, which I'll get into later, but basically just sent one that was like What's in My Bag Rush Edition. And it's this like gigantic bag that's full of like 100 different types of deodorant, anti-sweat things.
Towels, fans, Fake Birks, so much Listerine product, water bottle, snacks, oil strips, sunscreen, liquid IV. Never heard of that. Sounds amazing.
You've never heard of liquid IV? It's like a powder, like Pedialyte situation.
Dry shampoo, deodorant.
Like makeup, breath mints, a ton of mints, gum, like just honestly so deranged.
All of the things that you would need to stay perfect looking and smelling for Rush. Rush is like when you go see a bunch of houses and interview basically, and people decide if you're good enough for the houses, and then you hopefully find your forever home in a sorority or a fraternity.
Yeah. Mentioning like the price thing, I think, how Rush and sorority and Greek life cost money. When you're watching these videos, you see like,
how much money goes into it. Yeah.
Yes. An outfit for every single day. And like, it'll be this rare, like, honestly, the strangest combinations where it's like all from Shein and then like Golden Goose sneakers or like a Chanel bag and like everything is from Amazon, or like just this weird mix of high-low.
I did like that mix of high-low.
I love it, but I also, it's like this, I love a celebration of consumerism. Like I love malls. I just love American consumerism. And this is such like a celebration of capitalism and like what it looks like to be a young woman in a capitalist society, honestly.
You sent me one where I wasn't sure if it was a real girl or if it was like somebody making fun of her accent, because like she was like, my earrings are Shein, my shoes are normal. And I was like, what? Okay, so Shein is pronounced Sheen, and like, what is normal?
That's a huge thing. Jewelry, normal, and it's like, what is that? Or the other thing they'll do if they're borrowing someone else's clothes, instead of being like, Remy's dress from Shein, they'll be like, this is my sack. They'll just be like, dress, Remy, jewelry from my boyfriend.
Necklace from my mom, normal.
And then there were like some really good self-aware ones that were like, dress from Lulu's, hair extensions from whatever, alopecia from stress.
I love that one.
From staying up all night.
Hips, got it from my mama.
Attitude from my mama. It just caught on so quickly also because like, especially going to school that didn't have a lot of Greek life, like I am fascinated by Southern sororities, Southern frats. Like that's where we went. Greek life was not a big deal at all.
Right.
And also Rush at, do we say the college or do you know?
We went to BU.
Do we say it? Yeah. Rush at BU also takes place right when you come back from winter break, I think.
Like
right?
freshman year.
Whereas like in the South, because Greek life is such a huge deal, these young women got to school like a week early to Rush. And it's like each day is a new thing.
Like you have no social life if you don't Rush, essentially. BU had sororities and stuff, and people definitely were involved. Like I remember sophomore year feeling left out when people would be going to formals and stuff, and I'd be like, oh shit, it's like a sorority weekend. Like I really should have done this. But like not that much, because you could still go to Mantra.
There's always Mantra, and you're Remy Mantra.
I'm Remy Mantra.
It's a hilarious inside joke.
Yeah, it's a
So a lot of other people though found their way to like Rush Talk by like comedy, front-facing comedy, TikTok comedians reacting to this type of content.
That makes sense.
And a lot of people are just what happened there, and this happens with like a lot of subcultures on TikTok, is people get fed it by the algorithm, which is mysterious in many ways, but does favor time spent and rewatching. So if you are watching a whole video over and over again, and if you share it maybe, or you're, tumble down the web, you're going to get served that. So people are getting Rush Talk, and it's being spread to so many people, and it's catching on because like this didn't happen last year. And it essentially becomes like, there's a New York Times article about this where they call it like must-see TV. And it really was like the best viewing. Everyone was TikToking as it was happening. And if you weren't seeing the individual PNMs, potential new members, I was going to call them sorority girls, but we've evolved past that. you would see comedians reacting to it. And like, it was so good. It just caught on so quickly also because like, especially going to school that didn't have a lot of Greek life, like Southern sororities, Southern frats, like, I think I have this image in my head of like really intense hazing where like you have to show up in a bathing suit and they write all over your body and like they make you sit on a newspaper and watch porn naked. You're like all those weird hazing things. Like I imagine that that's what these women have to do once like the TikTok stops.
Well, they do, I think, because that's not Rush.
Right.
Okay.
It's also interesting that like the side of Bama Rush and why so many people probably got fed it on the algo is because like the women in these videos are white, are blonde, are, you know, conforming to a body type that is exactly what the TikTok algorithm like tends to pick up, and what we hear from creators who are not that, that like, oh, this is why, you know, my content isn't getting surfaced to people because I don't look like this.
Can we go into you for a second and what, like, she's not just a fan of TikTok. Can you tell us about your work just so everybody knows that, like, when you say the alg, like, you're not just like being obnoxious?
I'm not just like, oh, the algo. Yeah, so you know, the
blame it on the algorithm.
That's so cheesy. But honestly, it's so true. So I work for a company called Jellysmack, and we are a digital creator video company. We specialize in basically, we have our own like house Jellysmack brands, but we also specialize in taking creator content, usually when they're really big on YouTube, and blowing them up across other platforms. Since we know like a multi-platform approach is really a huge secret to success and a really fast way to diversify your revenue stream. And like, it's a ton of work. Creators don't want to do that. So we have like the secret sauce for Facebook. I am the secret sauce for Snapchat.
Amazing.
And and we're also on YouTube, IGTV, TikTok, of course, and then like up and coming emerging platforms, and just trying to kind of be where the communities are. And so I oversee Snapchat, TikTok, and IGTV.
Cool.
Our whole operation.
So you know what's going on with the kids.
I do. I am.
And this is what was going on with the kids.
This is what was going on. And like, I like to check TikTok every day. I don't always get a chance to, but I usually either sent a video or I'm just like, I need to see it. So I rarely look at like the trending page. I usually just like, you know, stay on the For You page, look at my following, but I rarely ever like navigate over unless I'm making a TikTok maybe. What's interesting is that for as much as this was trending, Bama Rush was never on the like trending hashtag page.
What?
Isn't that strange?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, so I took some notes on the videos that you sent me. What I was wondering is like, who's watching these videos? Like, it's not just us or whatever, or like comics that are getting fed it by seeing spoofs. It's probably like old perverts.
Yeah. Or maybe like high schoolers,
girls,
aspiring.
Hot girls. Michaela tells us what's in her bag. She said, not going to eat all week, which I did not like to see.
We do not support that. I mean, that's like the other thing that I think, you know, that doesn't really go mentioned in any of these things. Like, you can't imagine they're taking care of themselves during this time. Did I send you the one where someone's like, and snacks, because like, I don't want to be the girl that passes out. Someone always passes out.
Yes, I think I saw.
It's also like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So
but yeah,
fun.
the shopping thing, and that's when you first sent me that Michaela one, I was like, oh, I think people like this because this is helpful, you know, and seeing like the outfits too, like it's helpful seeing the mix of high low, like, because sometimes you do wonder, like, is everything from Chanel or is it from Shein? And like also just like seeing the amount of effort that they put in, because like if you are a young girl, or say like you're a 30-something woman without your shit together, you're like, oh.
No, totally. I've actually been influenced by Michaela. She was like, and she called it Orbe, or what did she call it? Orb.
What?
But she had the hair company Oribe. Even I don't even know how to pronounce it, but she called it Orb, and she was like, it was an anti-humidity spray, and she's like, I use this, it's been in my hair, it hasn't been frizzy all day. I was like, I'm fucking buying that.
Thank you,
like
Michaela.
this is the content I need.
That's so funny.
The amount of work that goes into it, like everyone's exhausted, their hair's fried. Literally all these people now, if you look at their feeds, they're like doing unboxings from Pantene, they're getting gift sets from Kendra Scott, like all these brands that they name checked are sending them things.
Well, that's exciting.
Which is exciting. But the Pantene package is like, hey, we know Rush can be hard on your hair. Like, who knows? Who knows that?
Well, apparently half the population knows that.
Right, because they're like, I straighten my hair every day, and now it feels like straw.
No, there was one girl who was like, "Ha, I have to shave." I can't not do the accent.
I know.
"Ha, I straighten my hair, or I curl my hair using this wand, and I do it every 15 minutes. It's the realities of Rush." And I'm like, "That's the realities of Rush." That's it.
Yeah, they're curling their hair every 15 minutes. Or a lot of times when they do their OOTDs, outfit of the day, they'll comment on hair. Hair yesterday, or like hair, hair curly, hair flat
Hair
iron,
natural.
hair regular.
There's one girl, her name's Reagan. She literally has no voice, and she's just like, hair natural.
Wait, is that there's one? Is that the one from Jersey?
There's like 3 of them in the same one.
There's one I sent you. She's a brunette. She's from Jersey, so she's like already
Different.
like outsider and a brunette, and she has no voice.
So funny. You know what's interesting is at BU, I was one of like a few blondes. Like it was totally switched because we had like long, dark-haired girls in leather jackets, and I was like, well, I don't look like that, so I'm not going to go into that sorority.
Remember when you did have dark hair?
I did. Maybe that was the influence. I was like, I don't fit in here. Hair, dark.
Hair, chestnut.
And then it like turned red. It was horrible.
I don't remember the red hair.
Look at Boston Marathon photos. It is not cute. Not cute. But you already said that Greek life wasn't huge at school. Were there any other reasons that you didn't want to join? Because we did have friends in like a lot of sororities.
Yeah. It honestly, even then, I felt like it seemed like a ton of work.
Yeah.
Like, because you have to manage all of this while you're going to school, juggling a heavy course load. Like, this is a huge commitment, and it just seemed insane.
Mm-hmm. I'm just coming in also to say hats off to the people who can handle everything, like my sister Charlotte, who did a sorority all 4 years and graduated Phi Beta Kappa, which is like the highest honors ever. But I don't know how people do it with the drinking and the no sleeping and staying perfect. It makes no sense to me. Like in college when we'd all go drinking, all I could do the next day was like puke and cry, let alone do homework. So shout out to those people who can rally and be amazing. Speaking of drinking, though, I like very much stopped drinking after college because of the puking and crying. But I recently discovered an alcohol that does not make me do either, and I am obsessed with it. It's called Juneshine. Juneshine is a better-for-you hard kombucha alcohol made with real organic ingredients that make it unlike any other alcoholic beverages. It's low carb, full of probiotics, and it only has 3 grams of sugar. And they are so transparent about every ingredient they put in their products. Juneshine leaves a lighter, brighter buzz instead of feeling too full after drinking. You can get it delivered straight to your doorstep with their nationwide shipping. And it's also a sustainably produced product. 1% of all the sales are donated to environmental nonprofits, which we love, and their brewery is powered by 100% renewable solar. So again, I stopped drinking after college because Charlotte was like, hey, did you ever notice that like more than one glass of wine makes you really sick and makes you really like upset and weird acting? And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I'm like allergic to alcohol. And I've really like eliminated it almost completely. But I have felt left out when everybody is drinking and like I have to go outside to smoke or something like. And come along Juneshine, and it doesn't make me sick. It tastes amazing, and it's got probiotics in it, which healthy. I like it better than all the other adult beverage options. I feel great after it. I actually drank an entire can of one in one sitting, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I've never finished a full can of like any beer or any White Claw or anything. Like I'll usually take like 3 sips and like whatever. Like one night I had one with dinner, like just instead of water. And it was awesome because it's so light. It's so refreshing. Even people who may not like kombucha will be pleasantly surprised. I don't like kombucha usually when I've tried it. But this one is like sparkly and fizzy and amazing. So on occasions when I normally would want to drink and wouldn't, I can do that now. At my birthday, I was drinking so much June Shine. It was fantastic. My favorite flavor is the blood orange mint. That's the one I had with dinner. And I highly recommend it. I recommend this kombucha. Isn't that perfect? Like, of course, a drink that has a cum-punnable name is my favorite now. So if you want to try some June Shine kombucha, please do. And I recommend trying one of their best-selling variety packs as a great way to try all of their delicious flavors. So right now, you can get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping at juneshine.com/howcome. Use our promo code howcome at checkout. That is JUNESHINE.com/howcome, juneshine.com/howcome. Love it. Amazing. Another thing I was saying, though, about Rush and sororities and all that stuff, a busy social calendar is that you don't get a lot of sleep. And that can be really, really tough on a lot of people. I know a lot of people who aren't rushing are having trouble sleeping. And it's a huge thing in our lives. We spend more than half of our lives sleeping. There's nobody on the planet like you, so why would you buy a generic mattress built for everybody else? Are you sleeping on a terrible mattress right now in college, at a friend's place? Maybe you're just like really stressed and your old saggy mattress isn't doing it for you. Go to helixsleep.com/howcome, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. As you guys know, everybody is unique, and Helix knows that too. So they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses. Mattress great for cooling you down if you sleep hot, which I do, and a Helix Plus mattress for plus-size folks. I love Helix so much and have been so happy to be reunited with mine. I took the Helix quiz and I was matched with the Helix Sleep Midnight because I wanted something that wouldn't hurt my back, and I sleep on my side and I sweat, and I told them that, and they were like, here, this is the mattress for you. And I'm obsessed with it. And yeah, this summer it's been great, mostly because I've been back in Jersey with my bed that we moved here, and I just feel so good. Even today, like Ben and I have been trying to, he's got work that he's been procrastinating too. And we took like a procrastinap from, 10 to 3. And it was such a solid, deep sleep, this mattress. And we woke up at 3 and I looked at him and I go, okay, ready? And he goes, yep. And now he's doing his work and I'm doing this. And they are the best mattresses, and if you are looking for a mattress, take the quiz. Order the mattress that you're matched with, and the mattress comes right to your door for free. You don't even need to go to a mattress store ever again, which, why would you do that unless you were in a 90s rom-com? And you're not. You're not. I'm sorry. But Helix is awesome, and you don't need to take my word for it. It was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 and by GQ and Wired magazine. They also have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. So right now, Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/howcome. There really hasn't ever been a better time to get yourself a Helix and 2 free pillows. That's helixsleep.com/howcome for up to $200 off your mattress and 2 free pillows. All right, let's get back to the episode. What were we talking about? Let me play it back for me. Oh, why Jordyn didn't want to do sororities. Okay, here we go. I didn't want to go through the judging process, which
100%.
I already feel judged 9,000 times a day, by myself and whoever is perceiving me. But you're literally putting yourself in a process where it's dating an entire community of women and seeing if they think you're good enough, and also tricking them. If this isn't the hair and makeup you do every day, tricking them into thinking that this is a persona that you can uphold. And I personally knew that I couldn't do that, so I'd be like,
same.
Yeah.
No, I feel the exact same way. That I think alone feels that feels icky to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I think part of why I enjoyed Rush TikTok so much was this voyeuristic side of me where I'm like, wow, these women are badasses for putting themselves through this. This is a lot
Totally
to handle. And also like, wow, we put young women, like especially like high schoolers and early college age kids essentially, through like a ton of just like, we're constantly scrutinizing them. They're constantly, you know, we have so many opinions on what young women should be doing.
That was literally, I was trying not to judge them while watching this and being like, oh,
Same.
wow, you're so impressionable. Oh, wow, you're doing this thing. And just be like, oh, wow, like you did it, which is like, congratulations, because it is hard to put yourself out there like that.
Yeah. And that's like nonstop for, I think, 4 days, right? And then the 5th day is bid day.
There's like pref.
Yeah. So there's philanthropy day. Which is when like they tell you about their philanthropy, but you don't actually do the philanthropy, but they're like, this is what we're involved in. And then it's pref, right? And then it's bid day.
Yeah. And it gets like fancier as you go.
Right. And you need like sensible walking shoes, of course, but you need to look like you're going on like the date of your life.
All for 12 hours a day. For 4 days.
You have to have fresh breath. You can't be sweating. Your hair can't be frizzy. Like,
you cannot be an introvert, probably. Like, I don't know how introverts are like refilling their social tank after those days.
Also, I think there was, I think you saw this. There was a Cosmo article, you know, be like, okay, you love Bama Rush, but did you know that Bama didn't have to desegregate sororities until 2013? Which is like the other super dark side of this.
And we did mention that there are different types of sororities, and some of them are religious and some of them are ethnic. And the reasons for those is because people want to find community, but also those people weren't probably allowed in the other sororities heretofore.
Yeah.
And we saw Michaela, one of the favorites, and she also is one of the only ones that showed up on my page.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, okay, likable. Like, it was nice to see a girl who wasn't white, and who seemed to be doing really well. But then she didn't do well. She didn't.
Right. So this is like the controversy surrounding. Well, there's a lot of controversy. But like, so she didn't even make it to bid day.
Insane.
Because basically a whole bunch of things happened against her. One of it being, you kind of mentioned it. So originally, people did not know that she was biracial. So everyone was like, oh, you're going to a tanning bed. You're trying to darken your skin. They thought that she was blackfishing.
No.
So then TikTok temporarily banned her from posting. A good old-fashioned shadow ban. And so now she's like bringing all this unwanted... tan ban. She's bringing all this unwanted attention to the sorority, which is like the worst. Also, while all this is happening, I should mention, like, while everyone is in town for Rush, while everyone's at school early for Rush, you can't go out because you're not supposed to like do underage drinking, or, you know, you're supposed to live this like perfect.
Yeah. You're supposed to be Britney Spears in the early
aughts. Supposed to be Emily Post. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it came out that she had been drinking. She had been to this bar that I like know the name of. It's called Old Row, because I like got deep into this. But also then people from high school were like, oh, Michaela's really fucking mean and you shouldn't let her into your sorority. And like, she's not a good person. She's not who she says she is.
Oh, no.
So all this is happening against her. She doesn't get a bid. I didn't know about this watching her. I knew about this from the comments, or like from the reaction videos of people being like, why am I finding out Michaela didn't get a bid? What's going on? Why wasn't Michaela at draft night? Like all sorts of things. And then I'm like frantically on TikTok trying to figure out why our queen Michaela can't find her forever home.
Yeah.
And it's essentially all of the above.
Yeah, you were so upset.
I was so upset. It's also, I heard from a friend of a friend, that at Bama, everyone for bid day, they put you in their stadium, like the football stadium, and it's like packed. And everyone has an envelope. And in the envelope, you find out what house you're going to, what sorority you're going into.
Oh my God.
But if you weren't picked, you're just like in the stadium surrounded by everyone cheering. Those TikToks are honestly like truly devastating. Wild. You're just there, left in the stadium.
Oh, wait, but so did Michaela have to like make a video being like, hey, I'm biracial or multiracial.
Yeah, she made a video. I think it was kind of like woven into an OOTD where she was like, and y'all funny because I'm biracial. I'm like, I have to not do the accent also. There's something like, it's like the Yankee in us, you know? We're like, we have to do the Southern accent.
I think it's also like the drama kid in us that we're like, I copy people.
I know. I was listening to the episode with Margaret Cho, but before that, when you had Hazel on and you're like, I'm trying so hard not to do your Australian accent. And I could hear it literally as soon as you said hello. I was like, I know Remy's going to do it.
Hello. I can't.
Claire. No, it's hard. And like some of those accents are so just thick. And it's like, you know, I don't hear it often. And
it's not like if I like kind of want it, you know, like when I hear somebody's accent, I'm like, oh, mine is so boring. My accent sounds like water. Like my mom, if we go south of the Mason-Dixon line, starts talking like this. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, my mom raised me in Maryland for the first 6 years of my life. And I'm like, what? Like Maryland?
Yeah, I love Southern accents. They are just, it's like a warm hug. You know, they just feel so comforting. And I think the reason why, or one of the reasons why the algorithm kind of picked this up is how melodic and like the rhythm of all of these videos, how they all kind of like hit the same points and like the rattle off. And it's like kind of comforting.
There's also a video that you sent me, a lesbian couple.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
They're talking about like their outfits and they're like, ring is for my wedding.
Like when she's like shoes from Lulu's and her wife is like, wait, those are actually from Lulu's?
And she's like, yeah.
Because they all have shoes from Lulu's.
Yeah, all the shoes are from Lulu's. All of the dresses are from the Pants Store, which is a real place.
The Pants Store. We got to get into the Pants Store.
It sounds great. I want to go there.
So Michaela did, when she still thought that she was going to be in a sorority, she did like a bid day gift. Because that's the other thing. Like once you're accepted in, you have to have gifts for like your big, your grand big, your great.
They get bigs that quickly?
I don't know, but you basically have to come prepared with gifts. So she did one from the Pants Store because she was constantly name checking it. And it's like all the stuff they have there. And it's like, you know, cute little wristlets and little wallets, hydro flasks, you know, basically anything you could ever need. Earrings, just wild.
Now that she's not going to be in one of these sororities, she's switching schools, right?
So that's what people were saying. They were like, oh, and I guess there's this rumor that like if you don't get in, you basically switch schools because like my life is over here. But she is staying.
Okay. Cool.
I believe. And also she had these like truly iconic TikToks that she filmed and released from Steak and Shake, where she explains that she didn't get a bid and like, you know, this is what happens. And she'll address the situation later when, you know, now she's able to post again on TikTok, but like she's at this restaurant called Steak and Shake and they're just going to eat and like, you know, deal with it.
Good. You've earned your Steak and Shake and rest.
Dude. Yeah.
I was going to say there was a girl who was blacklisted at our school, which I don't know if I ever told you about, but I've been kind of teasing this story about how I helped start a sorority and then was kicked out. So we'll just tell that because you were there for that whole process.
I was there. Was that
senior year?
Junior year? Wait, no, that was
senior year. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. So I had made it through all of college. I already had friends and people that I liked or whatever. But sororities were growing at BU. And there were more girls rushing than there was room for in the houses. Not that we even had sorority houses. In Boston, more than eight women living in a house is considered a brothel. So we could not have sorority houses.
That's fucked. That's what they were saying with the laws about sorority girls not being able to drink in the house is because it can be considered like that it's a brothel, especially if there's like boys coming over and shit. I'm like, what? Just have a drink.
Yeah. But fraternities can sacrifice people and like nobody fucking cares.
They can like pour hot sauce on balls and shit. Yeah.
An elephant walk around the house.
Yeah.
That happens. I think that's why too this was like successful because this is like the rosy side of Rush, you know, like this is before hazing. Hazing is bad. We didn't see any of that stuff. But what I was going to say,
you're just looking at like, you know, white feminism. That's what this is.
Oh yes. Girl boss, gatekeep, gaslight.
Exactly. Okay, wait, sorry, go ahead. I
No,
interrupted
so
you.
I didn't ever want to go through hazing. I didn't ever want to go through judging. But when I heard that Panhellenic was bringing in other sororities to like audition to come to BU, I was like, oh, that would be interesting to like help out a house come here and like maybe like start one. And also like I have a friend who was in Kappa Kappa Gamma at USC, and I was like, it would be fun to be sisters. Like, and Kappa Kappa Gamma was one of the ones coming to school. They didn't make it. It ended up being KD. And I was like, oh, I'll do that. Why not? Christian sorority sounds like Remy Casimir. And yeah, they had like these CDC reps and me and like 5 other girls, and we would like recruit other people, and like we never had to be judged, which was awesome. My name was written on the charter as like one of the founding members. My name is still on the charter for BUKD.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. But the reason like I wanted to do it besides sisterhood is like I really wanted to be president. I thought it would be so fucking cool to like be the head of a sorority, and like I think I had just finished watching Greek and like just wanted to get involved, and went through the whole process. We didn't have to get hazed, but we did have to do initiation, which is like learning all like the founders' names and songs, and like just like hours and hours of like studying and like getting to know your sisters and all this stuff. Fast forward to we get fully initiated, and then they were like, okay, now it's time to start picking who's going to be like chief officers, like president, vice president, all that stuff. And they were like, oh, by the way, seniors can't run for office. So I just did all of this shit. I've been neglecting my friends that I've been friends with for 4 years, like Jordyn 3, because she only came to us sophomore year. But
very true.
So I got pissed, and everybody else got scared because they were like, what's Remy going to do if she's not president? So then they tried to give me fraternity philanthropy chair as like a condolence prize that was like, well, you can hang out with the boys and do charity work or whatever. And the only charity work I did was that I was a participant in a fraternity pageant. It was Pike Dream Girl, the pageant. Do you remember when I did that? I competed.
I'm trying to remember.
I did
You officiated?
No. I competed for KD. Like I had to wear a fancy outfit. Like I had to wear like evening wear. I had to do like a sports demonstration or something, or it was like an activity demonstration. I did a shake weight demonstration.
Oh yeah, the shake weight.
Yep, because shake weights were popular at the time. And you had to do a talent. So I sang All the Nations of the World by Animaniacs. And
classic.
I should have won, you guys. I should have won, but the fraternity was like, listen, you couldn't win because you're a new house and it's all about politics here. And
see, this is what I'm talking.
Yeah.
This is why it's so fascinating.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, if I don't get to win the pageant and I don't get to be president, then I don't want to do this anymore. And I stopped going to events, and then I was kindly asked not to come to events anymore. So by the time I graduated, I was on the charter and not part of the sorority.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember she had a full-on like
a party
recruitment something in our apartment.
Yeah.
I remember.
It was cult life.
I remember our other roommate Emily being like texting me when I got home, be like, are people still in the apartment?
And like no shade to like the girls, like they were really great girls, but I don't think we would have become friends any other way. You know, it was all that we wanted to be part of a sorority. It's not that we really had much in common.
Oh, interesting. Especially at BU, since there's like what, 8, 9 sororities. There are so few that each sorority has like a very well-defined personality, I would say.
100%.
Yeah.
And sometimes you join them because you have that personality, or you join it because you want that personality.
For sure. And you look up to people in that sorority who you're like, oh my God, that person's in this sorority. Well, then if I get in, maybe we could be friends.
Yeah. I mean, they can be great places for people. I know people whose best friends like are their sorority family. But then it can also be like just another place where you feel shittier about yourself and left out.
Yeah, and that can make you spend money and do all these things that like you have a hectic social calendar too. Like I don't like plans. I like doing nothing.
Me neither.
And that's why we're friends. And that's why we spent so much time on the couch stoned together.
Shout out to our blue couch. But I was going to say too is the judgment and the spending of all the money and stuff. And then some of these girls get blacklisted, or guys or whatever, like after it. And like you leave in feeling incredibly horrible. And I just wanted to tell you guys about somebody who got blacklisted when I was like doing Rush, not going through it, but like when we were finding people. Do you remember Olivia Culpo?
Yeah.
Of now celebrity fame, Olivia Culpo.
Now of celeb fame.
So if you guys don't know Olivia Culpo, she is an actress, model, Miss Universe winner now. She went to BU. She was 2 grades younger than us, I think. And going into Rush, everybody wanted her. Everybody was like, oh my God, we need Olivia Culpo because she's stunning. And that's what you want in your sister, is somebody to stand next to you and make you also look stunning. But also, like, if you stand next to Olivia, you look like shit. It's like me taking a picture with my cat.
I'm not standing next to her ever.
But she came into Rush. Everybody wanted her. And then, like, and I just remember being like, yeah, Olivia, you got to be a KD. Like, this is going to be so great. And after 2 days, she dropped out because she'd gotten blacklisted by the majority of the sororities just because she was hooking up with some guy that some other girl liked.
You know, this happened to someone else, but not blacklisted, but like, keep going. Sorry.
Who? Will you message me in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. I don't remember that person. Joe.
I think that was her name,
okay.
Or it might have just been this one.
So
this was sophomore year. And she like wanted to hook up with
a guy
who was now my best friend. At the time we weren't best friends. Her then boyfriend, and everyone was like, you know, this is kind of the power of sisterhood also. Like this one's a little bit more toxic, this situation, this example, because like she went to hook up with a guy who had a girlfriend. And so in this situation, all the sisters like rallied around. And they were like, we can't have her.
In Olivia's situation, I think it was like she was hooking up with somebody that had already broken up with someone else. Like she hadn't done any foul play, or like somebody else was like in love with her that somebody else still had a crush on or whatever. Like, and it was just totally like, get this bitch out. And
wow, I didn't know any of this was happening at the time. I didn't know her at all at BU.
Yeah, and our sorority was like, no, get her in. We need her. Like, and we're new. We'll take anybody. And we don't like each other, so we don't have anyone's back. We don't know each other yet. This is fake. I think Katie's doing fine now, but I just wanted to point that out to a lot of people. Like, if you are still going through Rush or any kind of like judgment situation, like they could be kicking you out because you're too good, or because they want to be you, or they're jealous or whatever, you know. Like she literally, I think 2 years later, just decided to enter Miss Rhode Island, then won Miss America after that, then won Miss Universe, met Nick Jonas at like the panel, because like Joe was like was one of the judges, started dating Nick Jonas, then started dating Tim Tebow, went on to do great things. So Michaela, you'll also probably go on to do great things, and anybody else who's feeling like super judged and like left out or whatever, like don't worry, because maybe you don't fit into the parameters that they want, but you certainly fit into other parameters.
For sure. And they're all so young. They're 18, 19, maybe even 17 still. There's so much growing up to do, and not to be like, they don't know who they are yet and they don't know what they want, because they definitely know what they want. But I personally remember just being so insecure at that time up until my early 20s.
And so impressionable. Really, I think I still am impressionable in a lot of ways. And I think that's why I didn't let myself get on to Bama Talk or Rush Talk as much, because I was like, I don't want to get sucked into this idealized world where you have to look a certain way and you have to be a certain way or whatever. And then I start thinking about myself and like going back into the closet, like watching these TikToks. Like, what do the girls who like are attracted to girls do?
I don't know.
Like, it just must feel weird. Like, it does feel weird judging people in that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, Queen of Sparkles. That's also a brand.
Oh God, Queen of Sparkles. There were so many. Like I had never heard of Queen of Sparkles. I'd never heard of obviously the pants store. They reference a lot of local boutiques. I love one that they have. It's either called Fabrique or Fabric. So I'm assuming it's spelled fabric with the QUE. So some people will say fabric and some people will say Fabrique. Obviously, I would call it Fabrique. Yeah. Get real.
Of course. Target.
Yeah,
I like learning about little microcosms. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Just like little tiny worlds, even though it's huge.
It's huge.
It's like hearing about Nexium, that it's like, this has been going on
the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
Honestly, yeah. I feel like maybe it wasn't TikTok, but it had to have been TikTok 2 years ago. A lot of the door chants were going viral. So you open the door on whatever, first day of recruitment, and the sorority is there and they do this really well choreographed, organized chant. And it's I think a chant that is always around. I don't think they rewrite it every year, but those were going viral because it's a big group of women who all look the same, essentially yelling in unison and
with the hair flipping.
Yes.
A bunch of girls just throwing their necks out and shit and literally looking like they're possessed.
It's kind of, I sent it to you, I was like, spooky. It
is spooky. But I'm also the hairography. Amazing.
I know. Wait, did I send you the Let's Go Girls one?
I don't think so.
I don't remember. It's a theme day for one of these, and everyone's wearing cowboy boots and hats and cute little fringed button downs. And it starts with iconic Let's Go Girls.
Shania
Twain. What song is that?
Man, I feel
like
a
woman.
Yeah.
So it's Man, I Feel Like a Woman. And they're flipping their hair, doing I can't even roll my neck out like that without getting vertigo. They're just so intense with their body. It's a lot of physical work, honestly.
Truly.
Yeah. And it's all of them just back to back, and they, all kind of look the same.
Yeah. I saw a comic who tweeted about hey, have you seen those crazy hair flipping videos of the sorority girls or whatever? I used to be one of them. And I like seeing stuff like that where it's people go through phases.
For sure.
There's a reason people say it's a phase about certain things, because children go through phases, teens go through phases or whatever. Some people, they're just cosplaying as sororities, the whole 4 years. It's just this is the time to do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Some people do love a theme party. Why not make it a theme sisterhood?
I totally get that. I do love a themed party in my adult life. I love a theme party.
My Fangtasia party.
Your birthday. That was really fun.
At the apartment. Totally vamped out, you guys. I'll share.
You had to wear black or red.
Yeah. And the only person who came not wearing black or red was the kid I was fucking for all 4 years, who lived across the hall and came in a green shirt and was what's going on?
That guy sucked. I'm going to say it right here. That guy sucked so much. I don't know what his life is like now. I don't know anything about him, but he really sucked back then.
He another Virgo. They moved to for him and his job. After getting in, he cheated on with one of their friends, and now she moved back.
Wait, I didn't know that.
That's how his life is going. Yeah.
Is he with the woman he cheated with?
Who knows? He blocked me.
I'm going to see what I can find out. The other thing about me is I am not good at social. I don't post. I'm not active on Instagram. I posted something recently, my first time in 3 years. I don't do anything. I've just recently started TikToking my hauls.
Wait, side note. You need to come to the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. It is 15 minutes from me and Ben's house. There is an indoor ski and snowboard place, an indoor fucking amusement park,
oh my God, what
roller
is this,
coasters,
Dubai?
legit Dubai. What is this, the Burj Khalifa? There is an indoor water park. There's indoor mini golf and big mini golf, which is why don't you call it maxi golf?
Wait, real golf?
No, it's mini golf, but with big Angry Birds. Everything's big.
Is there an aquarium? I just need to know.
There's no aquarium.
I'll still be there.
Right?
Yeah, no,
Doesn't
I
that sound fun?
I love malls.
I love malls. But yeah, the shopping thing.
Started TikToking my hauls because again, I love consumerism and showing what I bought and what I
I love
purchased.
seeing you show up on my For You page. I'm It's my friend.
And I was influenced by Dakota at Print Fairy. Like, I love the idea of like, oh, I'm spending money on these certain things that I'm always sending pictures to people like old school through iMessage anyway. Let me just show you, excuse me, like show you what I'm getting. But all this is a roundabout way to say that I'm very, very good at social media. Like if I know like a last name, I can find so much information for people. Like I can find you the mom, the dad. Like I will find you a net income. Like I can really get you a lot of information.
Yeah, Robin's really good at it too.
Robin, you were born in the 2000s.
Robin is baby.
2001.
Pre 9/11.
I was born in January. Yeah. So I was getting breastfed when the towers fell.
Wow.
So I was alive. So you can't hold that against me.
I was in homeroom.
That's mad.
I was in choir.
Nice.
They moved us all to the theater to tell us.
Nice.
Nice.
Not nice. You know what I mean. But like, glad you have the memory because never forget.
For sure.
Also, wild that this episode is coming out right around now.
That's
respect to all of our fallen.
Yeah.
I just wanted to end on how to meet friends.
Join my MLM.
No, but like yes, sororities. You guys, if you are doing it, do it. Enjoy. Have a good time. Like totally.
But make sure you're doing it because you want to do it, and not because like you're a legacy or you've been told that this is what hot girls do or smart girls or whatever.
Yeah, like do it to fill up your social tank if that's what you want. Do it to make friends. Have a nice time. Do a theme, but also know that you can make friends throughout college and throughout life, not being in a sorority. Jordyn actually came to us because of a very bad situation. Emily, our other roommate, and I had been planning on moving into this building with our other third roommate. And then she ended up dropping out of school because she wanted to go on to acting, which is amazing. We love that for her, but it kind of left us in the lurch. And what was happening with you?
And I thought that, I thought that I was going to transfer actually. I didn't have the best freshman year. I think a lot of it was living in Warren Towers.
Which is more separate.
Yeah, it's just like the social situation there is not great. I was like, I don't think I want to stay at BU. And then I decided in July that I did want to go back to BU. And I was like, fuck, everyone has roommates. What am I going to do? And then I think it was cutie Alex Black who put us in touch.
It was cutie Alex Black. Yes.
I think it was cutie Alex Black.
Shout out to cutie Alex Black.
We love Alex Black,
and
who I do not keep in touch with, but have the biggest soft spot in my heart for her.
Well, that's the thing is I feel like you and I were really good with not talking to people for a long time, but still holding love. And then when seeing them, whenever we see each other, we're like, it's like nothing has happened.
We picked right back up.
But literally we picked back up from the first time we met. We were so excited to have her. We literally had a sorority mission statement of our own in 911, aka the danger zone, which was our apartment.
That was our apartment number.
911.
Yeah.
And I wrote Jordyn this credo, which is at the time graffiti was really popular on Facebook. And so I just made her
really
this
popular.
Insane graffiti mural that was welcome to 911. In this house, we share clothes. We pop off. We watch a ton of TV. Have a boyfriend? Dump him.
That's so iconic. We reference it to each other a lot, but I also say that to other people. I'm like, got a boyfriend?
Got a boyfriend? Dump him.
This fucking amazing. But all that turned out to be true, and I never had a boyfriend.
Never had a boyfriend, but has a really sweet one now.
Yeah, I've got a lovely human.
And cats.
And cats. I know. I'm in our little pool house. I do therapy in here too. We call it my cry room, so that I wouldn't disturb Michael because he's also disturbing me being hungover and just moaning. He's like, oh, you can't stop complaining. So I was like, I'm in here, or else I'd show you some cats. But
no, I just have to say that too, picking up on you moaning. Jordyn, I'm about to gas you up. Jordyn is one of those people who's really influenced me in such a positive way because she is such an emotionally sensitive person, but also really has her shit together. And it was nice to be able to like cry with someone and experience someone really real, but then also see them like really be dedicated to like what they want to do in life and like work so hard. I'm literally crying. Like
I'm gonna cry. I've been crying so much lately.
But honestly, like seeing that crying doesn't make you like a weak person, and it just like shows that you're like a human.
Oh my God, that means so much to me. I don't love to cry because it takes a lot out of you. But I cry a lot. I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Life is fucking complicated. Everyone's been through a lot, honestly. Like life is really, really hard. And it fucking sucks. And that means so much to me, Ren. Like, let that shit out. You have to be in touch with your emotional side.
Totally.
Like that is, my therapist told me a while ago, she was like, showing emotion is a sign of strength.
Total. You are my own personal Kris Jenner. Like
that is all I want in life, but like to be less problematic or like to not raise problematic
no, but she was like the first like CEO that would like sob, and I was like, yeah. But you're an actual genuine human and like just always there for everybody.
Oh, thank you. I really try. It's tough. We're so far away. We're literally on different sides of the country. Like it's tough.
Yeah, but we secretly spent my birthday together last year.
I know. That was fun. That was secret.
Yeah, it was secret. It was also like the most COVID safe thing ever, but we didn't want to tell anybody because we were like, we don't want to be a bad example. But we did hang out on my birthday. It was so fun.
It was so fun. That was really tough being so close to you and not
so
like
far.
And not grabbing you, because we're like affectionate people. When we're together, we're like holding hands and like grabbing each other and holding hands across the table.
You know us. But yeah, Joe, this has been so fun having you on the pod and just getting to see your little facey.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so great. And like, if I can take this moment also as a Leo to gas you up, I can't receive praise without needing to give it back, which I was going to do anyway. Like, how fucking cool is it that we're able to do this right now? Like, have professional opinions about something.
Yeah.
It's like, we're doing what we wanted to do. Like, this is fucking awesome to be able to work together right now.
Totally.
It's a better world having your voice and your opinion and your words and all of it in it. Like, we need more people, especially women, who want to be creative and share their stories.
Thank you, my boy. I also will say that Jordyn took a gender studies class was those your like minor?
I was a women's studies concentration minor.
And I remember like walking into college from high school with this terrible taste of what a feminist was in my mouth, like never wanting to say I was a feminist or whatever, and then meeting you and being like, gender studies or women's studies, like, ugh.
I think they probably call it gender studies now.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, wait, I love her. And all the things that she thinks are so smart and true. And oops, I'm a feminist.
Damn, they got me.
I fell over.
Over again.
Good times.
I love that.
So thank you for being yourself.
Thank you for being you.
I'll
be you. Be you.
It rules to be you. BC, our rival school, used to say it sucks to be you. But you guys, it rules to be you.
Sucks to your ass, Ma.
What?
The Lord of the Flies reference?
No.
Sucks to your ass, Ma. You can cut that part out.
No, other people will get it. That's I can totally cut this thing out too, but that's another thing I always admired about you was you were like really not looking for a boyfriend. Like I was always trying to fuck to trap and you were trying to fuck.
Yeah. You know what? I lost a lot of fuck buddies that way. Because a lot of people were really looking for relationships.
Yeah. It never matches up. The person that's looking to fuck always ends up fucking the person who's looking to relate.
It's so true. And
until timing is right.
The only reason I'm in a relationship now is because I met Michael. Like that's it. Yeah.
Cutie Michael. Hey, Michael.
I'll tell him you said hey.
We love you.
If he had to respond right now, he'd be like,
Amazing. Jordyn, do you want anybody to be able to find you on the internet or not? Because we are, as you say, normal.
You can keep me hidden.
Don't find her. She's mine.
It's my if people want to find me, it's not hard.
Yeah, if people want to find you, go through my albums on Facebook, find the Fangtasia birthday. You can find Jordyn that way.
I had very thin eyebrows and I didn't know how to do my hair back then. So I would put a lot of mousse in my hair. I wish I could redo college now that I've had some time to know how to do my hair and makeup.
Totally.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe, it's been lovely.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. I do have to ask you, after a sexual experience, which this has kind of been, Jordyn Fischer, did you finish?
I did finish. Did you finish?
I did. Thank you so much for coming and also asking me.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun. I love seeing you. It was so fun to do something for business and pleasure.
What a pleasure. What a business. I love you forever.
I love you so much.
You're the cutest in the world.
You are.
I love you.
Yeah, me too. I love you so much. Thank you for having me. It's going to take me forever to leave now.
No,
I'm hovering
too.
and I'm still going to take forever to leave.
Okay, I love you.
Love you. Thank you. Thanks,
Bye.
Robin. Bye.
It's not you, it's me. I try so hard to finish honestly. They say you'll know when you go all the way from A right down to O. Oh no, I think that I still got a ways to go. Oh, I'm sick of this and I have got to know. How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help, 'cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna jizz